welcome everyone to this extra episode of the Wrestling Guild. You'll soon, just some news that you'll soon find us on a new platform, the sltd.com website, Single Leg Takedown Wrestling. We're going to partner with them and be on kind of like their platform, so you can get all your wrestling news and interesting discussions.
Boom.
That's how it'll be from now on. No. And then we'll probably, right now we'll just be kind of on their website, but then after that it'll be more incorporated into like they have like their own podcast player there. And we'll appear there. So, we got a new logo too. I just made a new logo and now we got another new logo. It's crazy how that happens. But anyway, the new logo won't be up on our site yet. But
no, that's fine.
That's it. Well, today is an extra episode, as we talked about. My name is Chris Mary Holtman. With me I have Nick E. Anderson. We're going to talk about Penta Does Iowa today. So, Nick, how did you like Penta Does Iowa, the Twitch stream that...
Well...
I'm glad
I'm glad I actually watched the right one for once. That was one thing. But yeah, I mean, I think we had some good matches. We had some fresh people, but we also saw some people from Impact, Pentagon, Eli, and whatnot. OVE. So yeah, I mean, I'm quite happy, quite satisfied. We didn't have any matches that were like sloppy and that boring. Most of the people were hard hitting and to some extent fast paced. So, quite satisfied. I think we had some good matches.
I mean, the one thing that I kind of got annoyed at with this was that the camera work wasn't that great in the beginning. It was a little sloppy, and they had issues with the sound.
Sound and light in the beginning. You couldn't see.
I didn't really understand why the lights weren't on in the ring.
And it was funny because then you look at the comments, people like, fix sound and light, fix sound and light. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, because, I mean, and I think that's the power of Twitch when you do it live like that. Well, there's a lot of benefits for it, but there's also a lot of negatives when it comes to it because you don't really know. I mean, the people that are in the ring performing and the people that are commenting, they don't really know. They can't really tell what's going on.
That's true. That's true.
So that, I mean, that becomes a bit of an issue because they can't see what people see on the stream.
Yeah, true that.
So.
But yeah.
Well, why don't we get started with the first match of the evening?
The first match, we had Famous B, I think his name was, and then Cade? Was that? Yeah, that was correct, yeah. Never seen them before, never heard of them really. They looked good, they looked cool, they looked like some proper wrestlers, so not bad. But yeah, how did you like it? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, actually, this was a really good match because we had... who we've seen before. We've seen at least one of them before. You know, Famous B, he didn't wrestle, which is basically Famous B's thing now. Jason Cade was brought in his place, and I think this is cool because Jason Cade is one of those wrestlers I've heard a lot about, but I've actually never seen him wrestle. But anytime you like listen to a podcast or you listen to people like recapping good shows, Jason Cade is often in the mix as a name. And to be honest, I thought Jason Cade was a white guy. But that's, me not doing my research properly.
Yeah. Some miscalculations there, but okay, yeah.
And then we had, obviously, Killshot was guy number 2, although he didn't wear the Killshot mask. He wasn't in the Killshot persona. It was Shane Strickland, right? This is a good back and forth match. Here, this kind of suffered a little bit from the match, from everything being a little crappy, like the cameras and stuff like that. And so I found that it was difficult to get into this match to begin with because of all that.
Yeah, and especially the audio, because it was like cutting in and out, so you can't really hear what the commentators are saying, or you can't hear when they're slamming down on the ground. So you couldn't, like you say, you couldn't really get into the match. It was hard. But I think it was like fast paced to some extent, and they made it up for it when it was hard hitting, so it made up for that. And I don't know, Jason maybe is a bit sloppy.
Yeah. Well, I think it was. There was a lot of back and forth, and I think maybe, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was a good match. I would give it 3.5 stars, though. I think it could have been better, and I think I might have liked it better if I had, if the visuals had been better. But it was a little bit of an upset with Jason Cade winning. I think people were expecting Shane Strickland because he's like the fresh, hot kind of commodity right now.
Oh, damn. Well, it's always nice with like some plot twisters here and there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Someone else winning. Yeah.
Yeah. What did we have next?
We have some tag teams. So we have Dirty, Zero Gravity, and Knight Riders.
Yes, this was also because, and I don't really know why they did this, but because they had it was tornado style, like everybody was in the ring at the same time.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah.
And that
it was.
Yeah, I don't know. That might work. It might work at Impact or something where you can have better light and stuff like that. But here it was just wow, I couldn't tell what was going on most of the time. I was just like, who's doing what?
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, it was a little hard to track people and to see who was doing what. But I think it was good and it was action filled. Zero Gravity guys, I think they need to step it up. While Dirty and Knight Riders were actually pretty good. I like them.
I want to say that I had a hard time telling the difference between the Knight Riders and Dirty because they were quite similar. Weren't they just big bald guys?
Okay, I was looking at their what is it?
Their outfits?
On their outfits because it said Dirty on the back. So I was like, yes, there you go. And it was funny because when they won, Dirty actually won here. So someone in the comments was like, oh, Dirty won clean.
Yeah, actually, that's because during Lucha Underground versus Impact, I wasn't reading the comments. I didn't watch this. I didn't watch the stream of comments. This time I did though, and actually that's twice as fun. Actually, to watch the comments at the same time as you're watching the match. Dirty won here. I think well deserved. Zero Gravity. This wasn't really the match for them. I don't think.
Yeah.
This.
Up and down, and I don't know.
Yeah. It felt like they should have been in a different form. I think Dirty and Knight Riders were way too big for them. You know, Zero Gravity were X Division guys.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were as big. Well.
Yeah, but I gave it 375 actually, mostly because I couldn't see so well. We'll get to that too because they have this invitational match later. Remember? Where they had I don't know how much 20 people in the match.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I would give it 3. Like you say, it was hard to track him and whatnot. So yeah. Next up we have Jessica and Valkyrie.
Yes, wow. Jessica Havoc, Sami Callihan's girlfriend, actually.
Oh.
In real life.
Yeah. Okay.
But this was Jessica Havoc, former Impact knockout champion. Taya Valkyrie, not so much right now. She's having a little hard time of it, actually, Taya Valkyrie. It's like she's not, they're not giving her, she has high profile matches, but she's not really winning.
It's true. That's true. I think about the match itself, I think it was great. Yeah. I think it was hard hitting, and we had some really great wrestlers. I mean, this is always what I wanted from and expected from the female wrestlers, hard hitting and no chill. This is exactly what I wanted, and I think that match delivered really.
Yeah, it did. I think it did too. I didn't because I didn't remember that Jessica Havoc used to be world. I mean, I don't remember that she used to be Knockouts champion, actually. surprised me a little bit when they said that. It's like, really? Because she wasn't there for such a long time. They really hyped her a lot when she came. And then something happened. Something happened that got her, like, released. I don't know if there was a conflict between management and Havoc or what actually happened. But I know she was gone.
Okay.
Faster than I realized that she was there.
That's Oh, okay. So that okay. Yeah, because the commentators were like saying, "Yeah, oh, we have seen her before. She looks like a familiar face and whatnot."
Yeah. No, but this was a good match. I can't remember who won.
I think it was Valkyrie. I think
Valkyrie won too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I gave this a 4. Actually, I thought that this was good. Definitely, the whole everything picked up. The pace picked up after this.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll give it 4 as well. It delivered. Now we come to this fudged up match where we had Matthew, Ringo Loco, Airwolf, Larry D, AC Austin, Ship Day, I think his name was, Andy, and Rich Swann.
Yes.
And this is just like huge. It was an awesome match though. We had like
it was. I mean, the fun thing here was that the fun thing with this match was that there were so many different. I mean, these were people. I mean, I've definitely heard of most of these people.
Okay.
I've heard Gringo Loco. He is a Cleveland wrestler. He actually had like a heart attack in the ring a year or two ago, and has returned. He's crazy in the ring. I don't know if they like because maybe some background here. Sanjay Dutt, he wrestled a lot in a promotion called Absolute Intense Wrestling. Absolute Intense Wrestling, AIW. They brought in Grado for the first time. They were the first company to bring in Grado. And many of the wrestlers that we saw on Penta Does Iowa have been with AIW in one way or another. But then there are some that are only in the AIW, really. That's all they're famous for. Dick Justice, one of them. Richard Justice, your friend.
Jeez.
And then Gringo Loco is one of them. So.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, this is fun because I mean there were some crazy things, and I don't know who Larry D was, or who he is, but he was definitely the most popular guy there.
He had potential, I think, though, because he was like a huge dude.
But wasn't he like 50 years old?
That was the thing. Yeah, he looked he looked a bit old. I don't know. Yeah, it was a bit fudged up, but at the same time, it was like a huge and awesome match, and a lot of stuff happening at the same time. I could not track what everyone was doing, but it was though cool to see so many different types of wrestlers. It was really cool.
Yeah, and the Airwolf, I've heard of him too, never seen him wrestle. So the only thing I think was there were so many people in this show, and it was things going on all the time. Maybe hopefully we can see some of these wrestlers in like maybe a 4-way.
Yeah, I don't know if I liked it because it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in one ring. I thought the ring was gonna break, but okay, that was okay. So yeah, and we had Rich Swann winning. I think he pinned someone.
He got the win, and he won that champion because that championship was something that the Matthew guy, I think it was, that was his championship. He had like invented that championship or something like that, and he had just like an invitational. So yes, Rich Swann is the new champion there. Rich Swann, obviously very good friends with Sami Callihan, married to Sue Young, and we're going to see him in Impact soon because he's going to be at the next tapings on June 1st and 2nd.
Damn. Okay, interesting.
So, interesting.
Yeah. Next up, we have Mr. Jake and Tommy Dreamer.
Yes.
Jake Manning?
Jake Manning, the Man Scout, because he's not a Boy Scout. This is obviously the comic relief of the show. It was funny because Tommy Dreamer had not announced that it was a House of Hardcore match. Jake Manning said that according to his scout book, the Campino House of Hardcore match has got to be a straight-up match. Obviously, he's not a Boy Scout. He's a Man Scout. I've seen Jake Manning so many times, and he's always hilarious. I mean, he is a real bona fide, certified, like, legit wrestler. I mean, he's not a ploy, but he just likes to do this role, and I think he does it very well.
Yeah.
What did you think? What did you think about seeing this for the first time? Like,
well, I was just thinking about maybe Grado or someone unserious, but at the same time, when the actual match started, he knows how to wrestle though. He's not stupid. Like Grado knows also how to wrestle, but Grado wrestles in a way that's not serious.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that's a big difference. Grado, I mean, Grado wrestles the way Grado kind of like has to wrestle.
Yeah.
Right?
So yeah, I mean, Jack Manning, he's like a combination of being unserious, but when the actual match starts, he is actually good. So, yeah, it impressed me. That was cool.
There was a lot of hard... It turned into a hardcore match in the end, obviously.
Chairs, ladders.
And in the end, Jake Manning left and brought his tent that he had with him. It was funny because I've seen him in Dragon Gate USA against Chuck Taylor, where he tries to start making a fire in the middle of the ring first, and then Chuck Taylor just kicked his fire apart. Jake Manning, not the wrestler who wins a lot. He pulled out the tent, pulled out a kendo stick. Tommy Dreamer hit, I think, like a DVD or something like that, into the tent. So that Jake Manning was out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I enjoyed it. I was satisfied because ladders, and then you had comedy in the beginning. That combination was awesome. Next up, we have Eli Drake and Gaines.
Yes.
I don't know.
Never seen Gaines before. Eli Drake, obviously, seen him before. Doing his thing. How did you like this? It was a match, I think, where Eli Drake and Gaines, they're kind of like they're equal in a way, in the way they look and stuff like that. So, I don't think it's that easy always to find somebody, how should I say this? I think it's not so easy for Impact to bring out wrestlers that are on Eli Drake's level. I mean, Eli Drake looks a certain way. I mean, he's built, he's jacked, right? And he can do crap in the ring that other people can't do. Cage, too big. He's not.
Yeah.
He's bigger than Drake. But then there's really nobody else that is like Drake. I mean, Aries is not as big as Drake.
No.
Chris Adonis was as big as Drake, but he's gone.
Yeah, he's like, it's hard.
So I like the fact that they bring in these indie wrestlers, or they that are like his size, but obviously they're not on his level when it comes to wrestling ability.
Yeah, that was the thing I noted here, because I would say it was an alright match. It was a good match. Eli does his thing, and he does it really well. Gaines, like you say, he looks like he's on the same level, but when it comes to wrestling, just doesn't. Yeah, I mean, and I get sometimes pissed off, and I was like, people need to understand that Eli is a really good wrestler, and people should not compete with him when they are like shit. And Gaines really didn't have a chance in this match. I mean, he got fudged. So
he did. Eli Drake wins. Obviously, it was still. I would say. I mean, this was a four-star match basically. Mostly because I think Drake was the one that did it.
Absolutely, I could agree on that. Yeah, 4 stars.
What do we have next?
We have OVE. Desmond Xavier and then Seidel, and then that Rascalis,
It was the Dirty Rascals. It was Dirty Rascals. Yes, Desmond Xavier's tag team partner, Zachary Wentz, with Matt Seidel. So that three, OVE and Sammy Callahan on one end. So a trios match.
I mean, glad to see OVE back, and when they come back, they come with like hard hitting. And to some extent, fast-paced.
You could tell that they were popular. This is definitely OVE country. Obviously, it's Sammy Callahan's wrestling company, Pro Wrestling Revolver. But, I mean, it was crazy.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and the Dirty Rascals, I mean, they really brought it. I mean, that's a tag team that you can bring in to Impact.
Absolutely. I think Desmond Xavier did well as well. I mean, you don't forget him, but Seidel on the other end, he was like, yeah. We've seen better matches from Seidel, but Seidel is Seidel. I think Desmond Xavier delivered good. The Rascals, what was their name?
No, they're the Dirty Rascals together.
Oh, I mean, yeah, together.
Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz are the Dirty Rascals together.
And OB delivered as well, so I'm satisfied. I'm happy. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad that you're happy. What was the outcome of this match?
I think OB won, right?
Yeah, they did like a big cutter, right?
Because I mean, they haven't been here for a while, and they haven't been in Impact for a while here and there. So I think they had to come back with a boom. But yeah, I don't remember how did it end.
I think OV he hit like a super cutter or something. Yeah, because I think Zachary Wentz was going, or Desmond Xavier was going for a splash, and then Dave or Jake Christ, one of them, jumped off from the other side and hit him with a cutter. Kind of like a zigzag thing.
It was like OV. Yeah. Then we had the last little match here. I guess it's the main event. It was Pentagon versus someone. This is what I don't get. I don't remember. I couldn't understand who it was. It was a big dude, right? I think it was.
What?
Yeah, it was Pentagon versus someone, but who that person was, I am unsure.
Let me see if I can bring it out. Yes, because I said I don't have. I didn't have my notes with me, but I think I can solve it anyway. Let's look.
Yeah, because it's weird.
See, this is why you need to write the names down.
Yeah, but I couldn't find his name. It was hard. They always put it there in the intro when they come in, but he disappeared. But it was a he, if you want to know.
Yeah? Was that what it was?
It was a male, yeah. And it was a person, actually, yeah.
But it wasn't an Impact guy, right?
No, I don't think so. If it was an Impact guy, I would have noticed.
Would you?
Well, I guess. It was gotcha.
Let's see here if I can find it.
No, but yeah, and he spoke English. Yeah, that was something.
So that's what you remember?
Yeah, that's what I remember. I think he had light skin. Yeah, it wasn't dark. I don't think. Yeah, it was.
Let's see if I can find it here.
What more was it?
No, that was the 50-minute one. That was a short one.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find the long one here. Well, we can say this. We did have Sanjay Dutt on commentary again with Josh Matthews, and that was nice.
Absolutely, it was back on track. It was great. I liked it, and Sanjay he's good at what he does, man. The commentary.
Okay, now how could we forget? It was a false count anywhere, man. Remember? False count anywhere.
Okay.
And it was Pentagon Jr. versus Jimmy Jacobs. It's just that you didn't recognize him because he was in makeup.
Oh.
Remember, he was wearing a dress. He came out in a dress and everything.
God damn it, Jacobs. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we had Jacobs.
It was Jimmy Jacobs versus Pentagon Jr. in a Falls Count Anywhere match. The audience had voted on this, and this is what they had chosen because they're bloodthirsty bastards. But I mean, it was going crazy. There was shit everywhere. I mean, really. Although
some awesome stuff.
Yeah, there was some awesome stuff. Although I do think that it was a little bit of a mismatch. I mean, Jimmy Jacobs is really popular on the indie scene and stuff like that. People love him. But, I mean, Pentagon Jr., he's just bigger. I mean, he's just bigger. You can tell he's more powerful. Jimmy Jacobs, he's a good technical wrestler. But, I mean, I don't think any of us really expected Jimmy Jacobs to win here.
Absolutely. I mean, because you have Pentagon. We've seen what Pentagon does. He destroys people. I mean, and Jacobs with his outfit. And, you don't expect someone with that outfit to win just like that.
No.
Okay.
Well, in the end, Pentagon Jr., I think, hit the package pile driver on top of a bunch of chairs that had a particle board covering it. So.
Damn. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean, this match I could definitely watch over and over again. Because, like you said, we had shit all over the place. Like, left and right, up and down. So, interesting.
Well, anyway, what would you rate this match? Or this show completely? Because now we've kind of skipped rating matches all of a sudden. But what would you rate this show? Penta Does Iowa.
I mean, we had some good matches. There was some match with 8 people, but okay. Well, yeah, I don't know. We didn't have any bad matches, really. There weren't that many that were sloppy or boring. Maybe 4, like a B, like a 4 out of 5.
Yeah. I would say B minus, maybe C plus, somewhere in the table, just because of the sound and everything being a little wonky, and it kind of took me out of the mood.
Okay, sure.
But otherwise, it was good. The wrestling was good, and everything like that was solid. But like as a whole piece, like to say, like, what would you rate this entire pay-per-view based on what you saw as a whole? Then I would probably give it a C plus.
I was happy. I was satisfied. There were some really good matches, and especially the female, the one with Jessica and Valkyrie. Yeah. That one I really liked, because always when it comes to female wrestlers, they don't do stuff in here and there. This one delivered, so yeah.
Yeah. And any wrestler that you would like to see in Impact again?
Well, that tag team, that match with OVE.
So the Dirty Rascals?
They...
I wouldn't mind seeing Gringo Loco, but that's just because he's funny.
And the name, Gringo Loco.
Gringo Loco.
Yeah, okay, I understand it.
Okay, well, Nick, it has been a pleasure, as always. You can catch this podcast, as we said, on sltd.com. Or sltdwrestling.com, I should say. But you can also find us on YouTube, on Stitcher, on Soundcloud. And you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, even though our Instagram account is not so active. But you can always follow us and see what happens. Yes. I'll do this. For every single new follow on Instagram, I will put up something new.
Okay.
So every time somebody actually follows us, then I'll put up something there.
Yeah, boom, nice.
Well, Nick, you have a good Saturday in the sun.
Yeah. In the sun, yeah.
In the sun.
Take it easy and chill.
Yeah. We all got work to do.
Yeah, as always. School and work. Yeah, it's always going to be there.
Yeah. Okay, Nick, you have a good day.
Yeah.
Bye.
Boom.